I would like to say that I have 38 years of independent school experience, and I have no ill will towards any independent school. Even one where I feel like I've been treated unfairly. Some of the questions I can't answer because I don't know. I don't understand.
So let's move on now. In life, who we walk with determines our character. Walk east, and they say you walk with faith. Walk somewhere else, and you may find yourself wandering.
What's this game mean to you?
It means 8-0. It means everything that we worked for, all the hard work in the offseason.
Does it help that it's Whitfield?
Absolutely. I don't think there's any way that I take something like that.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm the new guy. I'm the new guy. This is an email I got. I want to read it to you. Hi, Coach East. Congratulations on all that you are doing for the Walker football program. We now have a team and a program with tremendous overall organization, discipline, and execution. This is a direct reflection of outstanding coaching by you and your staff. Years ago, when a small group of parents first ponied up the money to buy the equipment to start the program, your current results were the dividends the founders all envisioned we would have one day. This game is big. It's big for all of us. Big for me, big for you, all that stuff. But it's not about me, it's about you. And it's about our community. We all we got! We all we need! 4, 3, 1, 2, 3!
If we were both 0-7, this game would still mean a lot to the program, would still mean just as much because it's Whitfield. Whitfield, you know, is one of those things where we don't even really like to say their name very much. It's just kind of like the team we played that's from Mapleton.
Coach John East was the athletic director the time that Whitfield Academy was looking for a football coach several years ago. And that's how I first got to know Coach East and got a tremendous amount of respect for him.
I get emotional about Jimmy because he coached my 2 sons. It was important to me that my older son, because it was his senior year, that he had someone he could look up to.
Ironically, 3 years earlier, I showcased both men in another small documentary on football at a Christian school in the South. The school was Whitfield, and Coach East signed off on the film. The audience got a glimpse of 2 men with deep convictions for God and football, as showcased by the title that came from a quote from Coach Fields.
We're blessed. We are blessed. And just like you're being a blessing to these visitors with us tonight, continue to be a blessing by hitting somebody in the mouth and honoring God and showing them what a real man does. He honors God and he hits people in the mouth. Get out the door. Let's go.
Let's go! I know this is a big game for y'all. And let me tell you, I guarantee you the paper's going to blow it up. They're going to blow it up big time. They've been waiting for this ever since the first day they called me and said, so you're the new football coach at Walker?
Friday night pits brother against brother in a battle for the sub-region title. The determination shown by John East wasn't fueled by anything Whitfield had done.
Hit there, Kemp, we're good!
In fact, it was the initial action by Coach East that led to the separation, and ultimately, the controversy.
Check. Goal for today, okay, is to get up game tempo. Okay, everything we're doing, we've got to get up game tempo.
The path from Whitfield to the non-sectarian Walker is about 10 miles east, but John's path to land there would travel much farther.
We got a phone call one day out of the blue, and we weren't looking for it, and it was from a friend of John's, Hank Battle, from the Pinecrest School in Fort Lauderdale. He knew John as a builder, and the school wanted to expand, build, and sort of polish off their athletic programs.
When I went down and met with people, they decided pretty much across the board I was the one.
After 6 years of building up the athletic program at Whitfield, John would leave Georgia for South Florida. He was hired as Director of Athletics at the Pinecrest School in May of 2010.
Pinecrest, through Hank Battle, offered John a 3-year contract. There was housing included with that contract. It was an offer that we really could not turn down.
Hank Battle's new regime didn't get off to a great start. Battle ruffled feathers with his new hirings, firings, and student advisory boards, a secret police force, as it was referred to by parents, teachers, and alumni. The Board of Trustees filed a class action suit against the new administration for, of all things, age discrimination. And after 99 days, Battle was out. Ironically, and to no fault of his own, the 58-year-old John East was out too. The team of coaches and teachers John brought with him were collateral damage, including his own wife.
I really wasn't sure to go out and look for another job where John was going to be. It was probably one of the most stressful times of our life.
After 38 years of employment and education, John and Jeannie East were suddenly unemployed.
I didn't know what I was going to do. I rolled out of bed one night thinking, how am I going to have health insurance? What am I going to do for my family? How am I going to feed my family?
So we were sitting there looking at each other, both realizing that we are now unemployed. We have one child that's not totally independent and 2 that are definitely dependent on us.
In 2011, there were 33 players on the 3-7 Walker varsity football team. In 2012, the roster increased to 58. Depth and talent are part of the reason for this year's undefeated record. But a majority can be attributed to another sport.
The athletic director here at Walker, Gary Bloom, who I became good friends with early in my time here in Atlanta, he asked me if I'd come in and consult about starting a lacrosse program.
John had started lacrosse at Lovett, and he also had started lacrosse at Whitfield.
First year at Lovett with lacrosse, they won the state championship. So, I was laughing because I thought we needed to go get him lacrosse for dummies because he had never even coached lacrosse before.
John came, he ended up coaching with Pat Hall, who's his defensive coordinator in football, and they coached the lacrosse team last spring, and the kids were just drawn to him.
It gave John the opportunity to not only eventually come on and coach with us, but to familiarize himself with the school and the type of kids we have here.
This was a hungry team. This is a hungry community. And I could sense that, and I could feel that. And I felt like, I also, in being here in lacrosse, I realized there's a lot of kids on this campus that aren't playing football, that ought to be playing football.
When he found out that we were also looking for a football coach, he said, "You have anybody in mind?"
The lacrosse players came back into the halls of the upper school and said, "We need to play football for Coach East. He's awesome." All
of a sudden, I'm sitting before the search committee, and I think they're trying to decide whether I'm serious or not. But I really kept looking at this and thinking, this is really what I would love to do. In fact, if you ask my wife, she knew what I wanted to do.
So 20 years it's been since he was head coach in football.
Yeah.
The hire surprised not only the coaching community, but Walker as well.
All right, guys, Tuesday, gotta have a good one.
East hit the ground running. With newfound enthusiasm, he brought a different philosophy to the gridiron.
Don't take the penalty, go for it.
One that had been missing since the program began. Fun.
Maybe I'll take the team out for pizza and free soda.
I want them to believe that when they come to football practice, it's the most fun they're going to have that day. And I want them to come and know that we're gonna get after it, and that's what it's about.
Actually, we have 4 coaches on our staff that came from Whitfield, so they're going to be gunning for us, and we're going to be gunning for them.
I don't think that you have that fun because you're winning. I think you win because you're having that fun.
Fun doesn't always translate into winning. You must have the talented players to go along with it.
Hang on the ball! Hang on the ball!
And this year, Walker has an abundance.
My name is Evan Casian. I'm a senior captain for the Walker School. I play running back, and I am number 4.
Evan, just absolutely one of the best running backs I've ever seen. He's a hard-nosed kid, loves to hit, loves to score, loves to run to daylight.
He's not only the face of the program right now. I mean, he is. If you look in the papers, he's also kind of the voice.
Their linemen are so tired, I'm going to make them run. I'm trying to gas them so you guys will just keep going up the middle.
So, Patrick, what was that situation just now?
What were you ticked off about?
Team execution. General disorganization.
Patrick McPherson, his leadership is astounding.
0 tolerance on the horsing around, all right? We had a good time today and all that, but I'm not about to lose tomorrow and ruin this record just because we wanted to horse around and play games.
You know, here comes a kid, and we're at the first day of practice. He doesn't play last year, and all of a sudden he's commanding respect. I mean, you talk about kids that, you know, I'm going to go 100%. Well, that's all he knows. Did you meet him?
Who?
24.
No,
the
I
actor.
haven't met him.
One of the things that I really like about Walker is that our kids can take advantage of being in lots of different activities, and McLean's a great example of that because he is, as you said, he's on the football team and he is in the play.
As it turned out, I got the lead, and so we had a discussion about it, and she said that she really wants me to play football still. I'm a big part of the team. We decided to work out a schedule where I come to practice a few days a week, and then I'll go to rehearsal the other days.
I'm Chris Graham, number 11. I play wide receiver and safety. Playing safety, I'm one of the oldest players, and I have to really help the younger kids learn what they're doing and help them develop.
Chris Graham, I can't say enough about him. He's a quiet leader. He's one of our captains, but definitely somebody that you fight for.
Cam Blowbaum. I'm number 5. I play quarterback, and I'm a junior.
You talk about a high-spirited kid. I mean, I love working with him at quarterback. I work with the quarterbacks. Cam's a baseball player. He's very fluid, fundamental, and got a great arm. His spirit is something that I love. And make the call from that spot. Don't step away. We got to go, okay?
Mike Ramsey is the motor. Mike Ramsey is the kind of guy, he's the kind of player where we need someone to take over the game now.
Play a big role leading this team, make sure that a lot of the younger kids look up to you. Big role model, make sure always caught doing the right thing.
When you're that big and that quick, and the interesting thing with Mike is he runs a 4.65 40. But let me tell you, in the first 5 to 10 yards, he is flying. Rule number 1 is the purpose of my coaching is to help boys become men.
Tied in now, if you're running into that slot, then I'm fine with the 6.
Rule 13 right now is rule number 1, which is every rule, which is hit Whitfield in the mouth.
We've been running to the play side.
So that's
a nice look too.
Let's do this for coach. Let's do this for the team. This is a big game.
You know, a lot of the same coaches are back from last year, but as far as the philosophy and how the offense runs and what we do, and you know, everything's just different.
Get to 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0.
I mean, come on now. I am so ready to get out here and be Whitfield, man.
Hey, brother.
Love you.
Love you too.
Not surprised at all.
Thank you.
Love you.
You guys are doing awesome. Biggest game I've ever been in. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's the same reason it's the biggest game you've ever been in. You know, last week, I had never been 7-0. And we were 7-0. I've never been 8-0. You know, this is a coach's dream. You got playoff implications. You got sub-region implications. That's what you fight for, work for, bear crawl for. That's what we've been talking about. It's payday. You know, this is when you get paid. Let's go 8-0, you know? And you know what? Let's have fun doing it. How about that?
For the first time in the history of these schools, the Whitfield-Walker game had major implications on the state playoffs. The winner tonight could receive one of 4 top seeds in the single-A private school tournament. A grueling 32-team, 4-week pilgrimage to the Georgia Dome.
He was covered. You guys have got to see that. We talked about it in the pregame. Keep running! That's 2 touchdowns right there. There you go. There you go.
Touchdown.
With an early score on an Evan Casian run, Walker made a statement.
Good job, Cam. Good job, buddy.
6-0 Walker. A fumble recovery on the ensuing kickoff put Walker in position to build a commanding lead early.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
Run it! Run it! Run it! Run it!
Time out! Time out!
Capitalizing on early turnovers is a critical momentum changer. Coach East knows this and wants to make sure Walker gets the first down.
First down.
And the run by number 4, Evan Casian. It's going to be close.
No, we didn't. We didn't have it. Oh, we left him open. Left him open.
Take care of the football. Here we go. Not to go job. You cannot give up that big play. Oh! Oh! Oh my God!
And a miss snap by the Wolverines turns the ball over.
Field it! Coming out! Field it! Listen, okay? Play smart.
Here it is! Reverse!
It's illegal procedure.
And up number 1, Richard Sherrill. Enough for a Wolfpack touchdown.
Y'all are killing yourself today. This is not good for you.
You about to be a blowout.
Go, 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 go. Out of bounds, out of bounds, out of bounds.
And a nice run by number 4.
Defense on the field. Yeah. It's 4th and on their end.
Wow, what is that? Call it! Where's the flag?
And pass ball's incomplete. So at the end of the first half of play.
Down by 8 points.
points. It's what, one score?
Hey, they haven't stopped us yet on offense. We've stopped ourselves
stopped
every
ourselves.
drive. Every drive. Okay, we got to quit making mistakes.
Calm down, though. We can't be nitpicking, yelling. We're going quarterback weak side. Okay, we got to have a quarterback player there.
I was them. I do the same thing. One inside, bootleg. I keep it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You got to come down.
Run the 20, but
that's what I said.
Blast is there, dive is there, trap is there. All night.
For a lot of you, this is it. This is the last Whitfield rivalry game. For some of you, this is a new beginning for you. Either way it go, own this. Be held accountable. Be able to sleep tonight knowing you left it out there. Do you understand that part?
Yes, sir.
Knowing that you did your job. Do you understand that part?
Yes, sir.
Be brothers out there, and no matter what, when we leave this field, we're going to be together. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Such a good man.
At the start of the second half, Walker turned the offense over to Evan Casey and the Wildcat. They drove down the field behind the state's single-A leading rusher. But a fumbled snap and an incomplete pass put Walker at risk of having another drive stall deep in Whitfield territory.
And that's number 4, Evan Kazin, but around the middle. The ball loose for just a minute. Seems to be recovered.
After a Mike Ramsey sack, Walker sustained another long drive.
Come on, boys, make some fight, baby.
And that's the end of the third quarter of play. Wolfpack 14, Wolverine 6.
Just when things look bleak, Casey throws up a desperation pass.
Number 42. That's Gavin Cox for the Wolverines.
Timeout! 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 Timeout!
I need you over the top, all right? All right? Behind Mike Yankovic. Did you hear me? This is our bread and butter. Right now.
Needing just 2 to tie, Walker goes back to the basics.
And the run by number 4, Andy Kazin, left for a Walker 2-point conversion that ties the ball game. 14-14, 11:52 left in the fourth quarter of play.
When they're empty their pockets, keep hitting them in the mouth and be physical. You're going to win the football game.
Oh, make the tackle.
Normal D, we're going to go 22 double bull.
3 stall drives in a row put the ball back in Walker's hands with 2:25 left on the clock.
Take it. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Good job. We got to go wide.
You gotta call that! Timeout! Timeout!
So you can't ask for better football than this, ladies and gentlemen. We got 1 minute left to play, 14-14.
Watch the jump pass. Play smart. Play smart.
Hey,
let's go.
Who am I in? I got one timeout I got to use for a field goal. Okay? So let's be ready.
I'm calling it. We're going in. We're going in. We're going in right here. Pat. Come on, Pat.
The next number 4, Evan Kazin, with a big touchdown run up the middle. Great blocking by that Walker offensive line. 38 seconds left on the clock. Walker pulls ahead 20-14 as he gets set for the point after. Picks the ball off, returns it for about 10 yards.
Hey, love you, Coach. Love you, man. That was good.
Good brother.
You stay with us? Come together and pray with us?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Thank you.
Love you, man.
Love you, man.
Love you, sir.
I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the effort from both teams. What a great battle on this field. Thank you so much for their hearts for these young men, and especially I thank you for these young men. You know, I thought about everything I could possibly say going into this game. And what I finally thought of before we came out, I said, you know what? This is the most important game in my 38 years of coaching. And I'll tell you why. Because we were 7-0 and I wanted to be 8-0. But now we're 8-0, we need to be 9-0. When you come out before the game, and I don't know if you guys were inside or out, but when you see 18 seniors lined up, your heart just goes, there's 18 guys leaving this team. 18 guys.
Carnivals and street parades, the winter nights and summer days, say it ain't so.
When I first brought up the first day of football, first day of practice, my goals are always, number 1, be honorable in all that we do. Number 2, let's improve. Number 3, let's have fun. And number 4, let's try to win a state championship. And let me tell you, there are a bunch of guys that would look at me like I was crazy. But I tell you, now that we're where we are, there's a lot of guys that are believing. And I just told them from day one, look, I heard a coach talk one time I really admired, and he said, you know, faith is belief without proof. So you know what, you just got to have some faith, and I'm going to try to give you some proof as we go along.
When life comes to an end, we'll stop. But until then, we'll walk the road unforeseen to make new friends, see distant lands, celebrate life in all its many forms as we walk east.